Most people try to scale before they even have something that's good. And if your stuff sucks, then throwing a bunch of marketing at it is just going to make that way more obvious. So in this video, we're going over how to keep your clients and how to get them to find you new clients before you pour fuel on the fire. Because your deliverable is the foundation of your scaling, and retention is by far the best form of revenue. If people aren't staying, referring their friends, or raving about you, there's a problem. So get feedback and fix it now while your client volume is still manageable. By the way, this video is part of my series called How to Build an Online Business from Scratch. In the last video, we got you to focus on the right stuff. In this video, we're going to talk about how to get clients to actually stay and refer. And after this, we'll talk about how to use simple math to scale properly. If you want to check out the rest of the series, there's a link to the playlist down below. So how do you deliver a great product? Well, first we have to go over the fulfillment ladder, which is done for you, done with you, and do it yourself. So starting with done for you, this is high touch, high margin, but low scale. So an example of this would be, I'll get you 20 leads per month. That's it, you'll do the work. It's easy to over deliver and control quality because you're doing it. And this is best for learning and getting feedback to improve your process and to improve your products. And then you have done for you, which is coaching, group, hybrid models. An example of this would be, I'll coach you until you can get 20 leads per month. This is more scalable, but it's still hands-on and you're empowering them to do it with your support, right? And then do it yourself is like courses, templates, software as a service. An example of this is, I'll give you my course on how to get 20 leads per month. This is most scalable, it's the lowest price point, and it's the hardest to get good results for clients, which is why you should move down the ladder over time. Start where you can control the outcome the best. Don't go full DIY until your system gets results without you, because then you can make a promise that you actually believe in. Revisit your offer and brainstorm, how can I solve their problem with each tier? This is a really good exercise that I think you should do, and especially for planning for the future and how you can actually scale this model. So why don't you scale big yet? Well, you shouldn't be pouring traffic into a bad product because it just amplifies the problem, right? And eventually things will break. Marketing should not outpace your fulfillment capacity or quality, because the more you scale, which means the more clients you'll get, it will create more complexity and more risk of churn, which is just them canceling your service or leaving you a bad reputation, right? Leaving you bad reviews. This does not mean stop marketing. It means do enough marketing to keep improving your product until you have a rock solid offer and enough capacity to fulfill it. So do just enough marketing to get just enough clients so that you can get case studies, get testimonials, and improve your process, improve your product, and then scale. And your client experience is your best marketing. So these two words right here, this phrase right here, under promise and over deliver, this should always be in the back of your head with everything you do for your clients. Under promise, over deliver. So do what you say you will. Show up on time. Get the work done a day early, surprise them. Make them feel special. Go out of your way. Make them feel like they're your best client, your most valued client. Do things like that to make them feel special. And this is more unscalable because the more personalization you have, the more unscalable it is, but it provides a much better experience for the client. Build in surprise and delight elements, so bonuses. A lot of companies do this and they're very effective. Try to surprise them, give them something that they weren't expecting that you never mentioned before. Ask them for feedback. Of course, ask them for feedback. What did you find most valuable? What did you find least valuable? Use that as data to improve your offer, right? So make adjustments to your offer based on what they tell you. Treat every client like a future case study because they probably will be. If they have success with your product, then that's a great case study and it will get you, it will make you so much more money than what that client actually paid you to get that result, because you can use that over and over again to get more clients. And let's go over how to get the most retention, the most referrals, and the most testimonials. So your existing clients are always going to be the easiest sales to make, so try to keep them as long as possible. They trust you enough to have already purchased from you, right? So these are going to be the easiest clients to sell something else to. Maybe you have an upsell. It's going to be much easier to sell that tier of service to the clients that have already bought your lower ticket offer than someone else off the street who doesn't know who you are. And they don't cost you anything. There's no CAC, because you already got them. So the marketing fees, all that you spent on marketing to get them is done already, and you can make more money on the back end off of them. And then they will refer people they know, which is also zero CAC. So you didn't have to market to these people because your client did the marketing for you for free. So it's like the best deal ever. So if they stay, they'll likely pay more. So you should have other offers for them on the back end to ask them if they would like to purchase, because some percentage of them definitely will. If they refer, then your CAC is going to drop. You're going to get customers for free, no marketing costs. That's great. And if they leave testimonials, your proof and your trust skyrocket. And this is really what you should be focused on, especially in the beginning, because like I just mentioned, a testimonial, a great testimonial, is worth way more than the fee that the client's going to pay you for the service anyway. So make sure that you're asking for these testimonials and referrals after you deliver them value, of course. Don't be scared to ask them, and they probably would be glad to do it for you, at least some of them. So just ask, and you will definitely get some results out of that. And it will really benefit you if you can figure out a way to design your customer journey to deliver quick wins early, because that's going to be a good activation point. We'll talk about that in a minute. But also it gives you a good reason to make your ask immediately, early, so that you can get a good case study from them and you can immediately get an ROI on the money you spent to acquire that customer, right? Social proof lubricates every part of the process. It's something it's the main thing you should be focused on, especially in the early phases. So really optimize your product to get a good result early so you can get that social proof and you can get way more customers. But how do you actually get better? Well, it's actually pretty simple. Just ask them what could have been better after you deliver for them, right? And pay attention to feedback loops. So look for patterns. So all the clients that you help, if they start saying similar things, the same things, then that's something that you should probably pay attention to, right? And iterate fast and often, because you really don't want decisions to slow you down here. That's the main thing that's going to hold you back. So definitely track your fulfillment metrics like churn. Churn is probably the most important one, especially in service-based offers and service-based businesses. So this is the percentage of people that cancel at the end of the month or whatever the term is. And then your referral rate is obviously how many customers refer someone else. Activation points, this comes from software companies where you find a point or something that happens in your customer journey where if the client makes it there and they get a quick win or whatever it is, making it past that activation point, that is a predictor for them to stay much, much longer than you. So an example of this is like if a client sees this result in their first 7 days of service with me, they hit an activation point, which makes them very, very likely to stay past 4 months or 5 months or something like that. And then client completion rate, this is how many clients actually complete the service and actually get the result that you promised them. And then obviously time to result is how long it takes the clients on average to make it to that result. If you aren't confident enough to charge yet, it's okay. I know that it can be scary to ask people for money for something that you're not exactly confident in yet. It's okay. Just do this. First, craft a rock solid offer. Then do the rule of 100 to find people to test your offer on. Make them your offer, but for free or in exchange for a testimonial or a referral, and treat them as a paying customer. Ask for feedback, improve the product, treat them as if they paid full price for whatever you're expecting to charge for this. And then once you do enough and you get good enough and you're confident in your offering, then just start saying a price instead. It really is as simple as that. Once people are paying you, explain to your free customers that people are paying you now and you want to eat. You don't have enough space unless they become a paying client. And the way that you can make this transition a little easier is just offer them a discount as a gesture for being a founding client. And not every one of your clients that was with you for free will stay probably. Most of them probably will, but some of them will. And also now you have the leverage to be able to say this because you're making money from other people and you can start selling them. And obviously, as you go on, you can raise your prices to make this more efficient and give you more leverage. And just like every other video in the series, I like to leave you with a set of action steps. The first one here is to revisit your offer and brainstorm, how can I solve problems in each model versus the rest? So can I include any valuable do-it-yourself elements in my done-for-you or my done-with-you offer? Can I offer multiple tiers at once in the future so that you can upsell, downsell, and you have multiple offers for people in different stages of their journey? How can I transition a client from one model to another? So how can you upsell or downsell them? And then choose your fulfillment model. And if you're unsure, start with done for you because it's the best for learning. It's the best for getting feedback and you're making more money up front that you can use to get more customers later on. Map out the first 30 days of a client's experience. So this is your customer journey. The first 48 hours are critical. So make them feel special, give them confidence that you're going to deliver a good product, a good solution. Get them quick wins and come up with an unexpected bonus, because this is going to really, delight your clients. They're going to remember this whenever they are surprised with something valuable that they weren't expecting. And then ask your clients for feedback, testimonials, and referrals. Actually ask them. So many people don't even ask. And a lot of times, all you have to do is ask. Just say, hey, if you got value out of this, do you mind leaving a testimonial? I would really appreciate it. That's it. And then improve one thing in your delivery each week. So focus on constantly improving, because this is where you're going to generate a lot of revenue. Maybe not now, but you'll see the results later on in the future. So look, if you're playing the long game, you have to get fulfillment right. And once you do, everything else becomes much, much easier. And when you're ready to scale up, you're not guessing, you already know that it works. Next up, we're going over the basic but powerful formulas you can use to give your business the most leverage. But if you want feedback on your current product or delivery, I am taking free one-on-one calls right now. I also have my community available if you want to reach me there. If you're interested in any of that, check out the links below. And if you got value out of this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's plenty more coming.